Rebecca Feiner, we are still on this art location called Odsherred.
So a new location.
Yes.
We're continuing with the art detective adventure.
Indeed.
Trying to identify
Here's one painting.
the artist and who might behind.
No, not that. You have here 3 paintings.
Yeah.
I wonder, from your very first impression, is this the same artist behind those? To me, I'm not a specialist. You are the specialist.
Well, these two, they have a kind of marriage of the colours, the way the paint's been applied, and they have a similar kind of sensibility. This one is very, very vibrant. This one is very, very vibrant. And this one is I'm getting a much calmer feel. Feels very inspired by nature. And this one is a more sort of impressionistic, almost traditional representation of the garden outside, which I had the pleasure of walking round earlier. This is what it reminds me of, but I'm not sure whether it's inspired by the garden.
But could it be the same painter?
I feel like these two very definitely, possibly this one, but I'm not 100% sure. But these two definitely, I think, because they're using the artist is using a similar kind of colour palette. They're kind of using the blue and the orange. The theme is running through, but this looks very much inspired by the lovely garden outside with the sour cherry tree. I don't know, we'll find out in our detective story.
Let's go behind the secret door, shall we?
Yes. I wipe my feet into the sanctum, the inner sanctum, the place where it all happens.
Yeah.
And look, I love this. This is like a thought process. This is the beginnings of what's going to happen later, how it's going to be translated into the artwork. So this is almost like the sketching of pigmentation that's happening from some of the paintings that we saw earlier. So please,
maybe we should
introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Didder Geisler. Yes.
And you're a painter.
Painter.
A painter. And you've got an exhibition coming up.
Yes, they go to get the pieces this Monday. So
wow.
And as I'm working in oil paint, they have to drive and takes long time.
Let's go and have a look at your inspirations from. Wow, they're so full of colour and vibrancy. But this is making me think of very hot climates in the cool Danish countryside. Yeah. So I'm intrigued, and I love the way that you are dressing in the colours of your painting somehow. Accidentally, psychologically, you've kind of embraced this warmth that's come.
I love that colour.
Yes. Yeah.
And I miss them if they are long away. So.
Okay. So the long winters, you start to dream of these colours.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at go along the shelf here. So is this inspiration from outside where you're living now?
Yes, you have already seen my landscape out of the door when I told you about the
special burial ground.
Yes,
it's a special energy.
It calls Ørnhøj. Eagle, that's eagle, that means eagle.
Okay. And then as we move along, are these all in preparation for the exhibition? Yeah. Okay. And how long is the exhibition going to be on, and where can people come and see your paintings?
It is in Kalundborg.
Okay. Kalundborg.
På Bispegården in Kalundborg.
Okay.
And it starts, I can't remember the date, but it is the next Saturday, 1 week more.
Okay.
And 10 days.
Okay, so 10 days you can catch the artwork.
What is this?
In Kalundborg. it is near Kalundborg. It's something called Røsnes, and I just love so much the colors in where the høster, what you call høsterkorn.
The harvest.
Harvest.
When the fields are yellow just
Yeah.
before it's about to, when it's really ripe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those colors is my.
This is your favourite colour.
It's
yeah.
my favorite time at year.
Okay. You and Van Gogh with the love
That's
of
it.
yellow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
okay.
Rebecca,
Yes.
those 3 paintings we all started with,
Yes.
if I tell you it is the same painter, how would you explain the differences?
Well, I think there were 2 that were very related, you know, with
The pictures we saw in
Yeah.
the first, which was very naturalistic.
Yes.
I made when I was 15 or something like that.
That's why.
And
yes.
it is out of my window in our garden.
Yes.
The free trees
Yes.
we
Yes.
have. Where we put out lounge. Hvad hedder
Laundry.
det? Tørresnor?
The laundry line.
Yeah.
So we did get that in our detective story. We did guess that it was sort of through the window,
Yeah.
inspired by a garden. But now
Yeah.
that makes sense because that's your that shows your development as an artist.
Yeah, you
It's
can
from-
say so.
Yeah, as a very young woman, and
It was naturalistic, and
Yes.
that was what I knew of
Yes.
Other artists.
yes, to paint what you see.
Yeah.
And now is your painting almost like it's from inside. This is a colour that you love, and it's become like it's become your voice, your journey.
You
your
can
kind
say
of-
so
Yeah,
much
definitely.
language.
Yes, you've discovered your language, and
Yeah.
this is it that
Yeah.
we're surrounded by, and it's so lovely to be in your studios, surrounded by you've got this lovely light, naturalistic light coming in, which must be really good to paint with. But
You can see the small milk can, or what
Yes.
can.
Yes.
And it says you have the kontralys. Hvad hedder det? Kontrast.
Contrast. Yes.
Yeah. Modlys. Against light.
Yes, exactly. So
And it says it's green. You can't hardly see the color.
yes.
It is because it reminds me of the color green, because it's a bit tricky color for me to use.
Okay.
But I would like to embrace it, the green color.
Okay, so kind of going back to that, the early inspiration, that naturalistic.
Yeah.
You as a young woman looking out of the window, taking from real life,
Yeah.
and now you're doing this kind of circle from all this warmth and finding your own voice, and now you want to start slowly reintroducing
Yes.
the greens
Yes.
again. And I can see you've already started here,
It's some sketches.
beginning the journey of
Yeah.
introducing the greens here, and also here with the special burial ground here.
And there's a little green.
And a little tiny touch there, a little nod in colour to reintroducing the green.
But everything takes time. So.
Of course, and you have
Put
to. And here I see a little spy. It's just starting to come through. But do you think? Are you very much affected by the seasons when you're painting?
Yeah.
So when it becomes darker, the longer Danish winter, will it be easier to experiment more with the different greens because you'll be surrounded?
I hope.
I'm sure.
But in winter, I think I paint. Afsavn.
The sunshine.
Nej, hvad hedder Mikkel? Hvad hedder afsavn?
What you long for?
Yes.
Then remembering the summer, and
Yes.
like when I moved to Copenhagen as young, and I went to the academy in Copenhagen.
Yes.
I think it was the same. I painted my landscape I missed, and it was as if you walk around with your childhood inside
Yes,
you.
I totally understand. So,
Yes,
so these
I walk around with my landscape
yes.
inside me.
So these are also a kind of psychological landscapes as well. It's not just a landscape of colour that we're seeing, but it's the kind of kind of psychology of what's inside you, because you're also painting like a feeling.
Maybe it's also like a cow. You know that they have several stomachs, and they and then what do you call it?
Redigest. Redigesting.
Redigestion. Yes, you're kind of ruminate. You're digesting it, and then it comes out artistically in paint.
Yes. If you are lucky.
Yeah.
But tell me, you spent time in both Rome and Paris?
It was when I was young.
Not so long ago.
No, that's true.
But did you have any special inspiration from these two cities?
It was Rome. I mean, it was wherever you are, you feel what are the time underneath.
The history.
Yeah, the history, the antique.
Antiquity. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you were at the School of Rome.
No, there's something called the Institute in Rome, or the Academy in Rome, where
archaeological
comes and there comes also some musicians and painters and something people who need to go to Rome,
to space to have to like a kind of residency.
So how was Paris?
Paris is long time ago. It was in
what happens in Paris stays in Paris.